Yes, welcome back to our channel. So today I have come in with a different video. So yes, before I start my video, I want to say thank you very much to all our subscribers. Everyone that have hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for following us, for trusting us with your ears and your eyes. We cherish it so much, and God bless you. And it's not easy for someone to just press that subscribe button. It takes a long time. I always say to my wife every time we watch these YouTube channels, for someone to subscribe onto a certain channel, it takes a lot of trust in what they will be talking about or what the content that they bring out. So yes, thank you guys. Thank you for following us, and continue to support us and continue to follow us. Yeah, so today I want to talk about something very important. I've just been going through the comments. I read the comments and I try and reply all the comments that come in, on this channel. One of the main questions that I've been getting is the systems. People ask about what systems are you using. I mentioned in one of my videos that we use a WhatsApp system. It's a simple WhatsApp system that we have created. As you know, guys, we are into pen fattening. We are into egg production. We've got other different departments at our homestead that we are doing. Basically, we can put it in the category of livestock, everything that we're doing. So we have subdivided all these projects into departments. And this is how we have managed to come up with a system that we have custom made according to our requirements. This is to help us manage every department properly, because we've got to know what's happening. We've got to know how much feed the cattle is getting. We've got to know how much feed the hens are getting. We've got to know how much feed is going to the ducks. We need to know what time the guys are opening up for the cattle to go and start grazing. We need to know what time they feed the cattle. All those things are important. If you don't know or don't have information about all these things, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to make it in this business. Let me put out this point. Excuse me. We try to run all these projects that we're doing as a business. We look at it as a business, as a proper business. We don't look at it as like a simple project or a simple hobby that we just enjoy doing, and we just go and post videos on YouTube because we love cattle so much, or we love to see hens laying eggs, so to say. We actually run it as a proper business. This is why we have put in systems in place, and these systems help us to manage the people that we have working for us. I don't know if that makes sense. This is how we have managed to succeed. When I get these comments, people say we have succeeded, but we have set up very high standards for ourselves, and we still think we are still below. When we see the targets and where we want to get to, we still think we have a very, very long way to go. Let me touch a bit on these systems that I'm talking about. So, how we have structured our business, how we run it. We actually have a proper farm manager. Yes, it's a homestead, but we have a proper farm manager. We've got a liaison officer on there. We've got someone who's in charge of the chickens department, and we've got someone who's in charge of the cattle department. In the cattle department, we've got the pen fattening department, and we've got the breeding department. Okay, and we do have ducks, and we've got road runners as well that we also run separately. But these are for feeding our staff and feeding our visitors, because we are starting to get visitors that come in for training and to attend workshops and so forth. So this structure helps us to manage everything on the farm or on the homestead. So these are the people that are on the ground in Zimbabwe, in Gutu, doing the work. And then we've got this farm manager reporting to an operations manager, right? And then we've got an HR, human resources. And then we've got a proper accountant, right? We've hired a proper accountant that we pay on a monthly basis, who looks after our books. And then we've got this liaison officer works in conjunction with the HR manager. Okay, remember I mentioned this is a family business, so this is all of us in this, as a family, we've got different roles that we play, and we have meetings, weekly meetings, where we sit down and we plan and we discuss how we are doing, where we can improve, and our future plans. Every single day, we've got like that WhatsApp system that I designed and that I mentioned. We've groomed someone and taught them how to, put down reports. So we've got reports of how many eggs have been laid. So throughout the day, they start work at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, they start work. There's a report that comes through at 7 that shows us that the cattle have been fed on time. There's enough water in the water troughs. All the systems are being followed with the chickens, because every day they clean up those water containers for the chickens. Everything is cleaned. There's a certain routine that we follow every single day. You see, so guys, this helps us to know what's happening on the ground. It's extremely difficult to manage this business when you're not there, but we have kind of sat down and we've come up with these systems, and this is why we are getting success in what we are doing, because we know what's happening on the ground. We are kind of managing everything, because I'm constantly on the phone every now and then, getting reports, trying to find out, getting feedback and all that. It's not easy for you to get to a point of them reporting consistently. You've got to hammer it in, and make sure that they understand what you're trying to do. I did mention in one of my videos that it's important that you get people that understand and know your vision. People that know your vision. So it means you as a farmer, you need to have a vision and share that vision with those people that you are working with. Yeah, so these are things that some people might say they're not important, but these are extremely important things to do when you want to set up a project remotely, when you want to run a successful project. Yes, you've got the money. Yes, you've got the land. Yes, you've got the right feed. You've got everything. But if you don't have a system of how you're going to manage everything, you're not going to make it. You're not going to succeed. Your staff are going to steal from you. Your staff are going to spend the whole day sleeping. Nothing is going to work. So this is what I want to encourage us farmers. If we are going to be successful in running these businesses, let us treat them as businesses. Let us not just enjoy watching our animals or say, no, I've got so many, like a hobby or something like that, but let us treat it as a proper business. Let us put structures in our business. Let us pay people. Let us bring in professional people that we can pay, that know how to do the job. We get monthly reports of our finances. I'm going to share at one point on this platform one of the reports that we get. And, it's a report that will tell you whether you've made profit or you've made losses. So every time we get a report like that, we sit down and we say, guys, we're spending too much money on transport. We're spending too much money here. And what can we do for us to cut down on cost? So in these meetings, then we come up with solutions. We just don't enjoy, seeing losing money and guys, it's not easy to work, especially if you're working. I don't want to talk about the diaspora only, because everyone who's working and putting in money in a business wants to make money, wants to see money coming out of that business. Okay, in this case, I'll say those that are in the diaspora, because I'm getting a lot of inquiries from the diasporians. You guys work so hard for your money, you work so hard, you do a lot of shifts, and you send your money back home. You expect results. But you cannot expect to get results if you do not put systems in place, if you do not run it as a business. That is what I want to emphasize on. You need to run it as a business. It's a business that you're running. Remember, we talk of, these are retirement plans that we are putting in place. Yes, so guys, these are retirement plans. People are working so hard. People are working so hard and they're sending money back home, to start a business. When you work so hard and you send your money back home to start a business, you are expecting that money to grow, because you're planning to go back home at some point and and have a life there. No one wants to live in the diaspora forever. I don't want to live in the diaspora forever. I always tell my wife that I want to retire early. This is why we are doing what we are doing. So if you put your money in there, if you're putting your money in there, you need to protect that money. And the only way that I know of how to protect that money is to put in, if you're doing projects like, say, for the ones that we are doing, you need to put in proper systems in place. And these are the systems that are going to protect your business. Without these systems, your chances of making it, or your chances of actually making money, are very slim. This is why I can confidently say, we are making thousands of dollars, in these simple projects that we're doing in rural Zimbabwe. In this case, Hutu. I always like to use our story as a case study. Like I always say, we are doing our projects in rural Hutu. This is our homestead. From humble beginnings, we started from nothing. We started building from nothing. For those that have been following us from the time I posted the first video, you can testify that when we started, it looked like nothing was going to come out of there, or nothing was going to work. But today we are talking of a different story. And it's because of these structures and these systems that I spoke about, guys. Because of these structures and these systems. I spoke of, the farm manager that we have. We've got a proper HR person that we've got. We've got a proper operations person that we've got. We've got a proper liaison officer that we've got. And these people work together. And we sit down and have meetings every day, like I mentioned, every week, like I mentioned, and we discuss reports. We've got a proper accountant that we pay. A proper sales lady that we pay. Every time our eggs go out 2 times a week. So they go out on a Tuesday, they go out on a Friday. A day before the eggs go out, our sales lady already know that she's getting this number of eggs on Tuesday. I'm getting this number of eggs on Friday. So the moment they get there, they are already sold out because we have planned. But it's impossible for you to plan ahead if you don't have systems in place, or if you don't have a proper structure in place. Yes, so it's a business that we are actually running. We are running it as a business, not a hobby. So it's these things that are important, guys. These simple things, that makes the cake a cake. Because a cake without icing, just a bit different from a cake with the proper icing. So these systems is just the icing on the cake. They just make it nice. You might have all the ingredients, the money is there, the farm is there, you've got great workers, but if you don't have a proper way of managing these guys, they will just not feed the cattle, they won't feed the chickens, they won't clean those things that we used to put water for the chickens. They won't clean them, and you get a lot of your chickens will die because of diseases. They'll die because of diseases. Guys, we've got a system. Every day at 6 o'clock, people start work, and they finish work at a certain time. I know how much water has been given to chickens and how much water has been given to cattle. I know how much feed has been given at a certain time in the morning and at 3 o'clock. They are fed different times. I know all those things. So if you see me posting those videos of cattle looking good and of chickens laying eggs, there is a system behind it. Yes, that is a system that is working for us. We manage it. We manage it properly. I got this from different companies that I've worked for. I remember there was a time when I was managed on WhatsApp. I would be managed and I was producing results. At that time I was a sales manager for a certain company. So it's those kind of systems that we've kind of adopted, different ideas from different places, from different people. And our mindset towards our project, or let me say towards our business. We've got a very positive mindset towards what we are doing. We are doing it at a rural place, Kumusha, guys. Wakashoreka, the most humble place that you can think of doing something. But there's an organization there, certain organization, there's a structure there, there's a way of doing things, there's a culture there that we've built. You see, there is a way that even our workers speak to each other and treat each other. This is what we have transferred to them. This is what we have taught them. You see, so all these things, they contribute to how much you succeed in a business. And in this case, we're talking about, our pen fattening projects and our egg production projects. These are the questions that I've been getting from a lot of you guys. So I thought I should come out and share and give more light about it. So it's a system that you tailor-make according to what you have on the ground. I can help you to create a certain system for your business, for your farm or whatever. But again, there is a lot involved in making it work. You need to have a commitment yourself. I've got my job that I work here in England, but I also have a full-time job that I do at Sonke Farms. It's a full-time job that needs commitment, that needs dedication, that needs your time. I'm on the phone checking reports, every month we get financial reports that come in, proper financial report that come in with losses and profits. And we sit down and discuss these things and see where we are going wrong, what we can improve, and how we can plan the future. Very important, guys. Very, very important. So structures like these are important because this is where you plan. This is where you sit down and plan for the future. Like right now we are hit with this foot and mouth ban in Zimbabwe. Imagine if we had not planned, or if we had no different markets, how were we going to tackle this issue? And the cattle are ready to go out in the market, and then you are hit with this kind of an issue. Planning helps, but you can't plan without a structure. You can't plan without systems in place. You see, simple things like that, they make you succeed, and they can make you a millionaire. That's my attitude, guys. That's my mentality when it comes to these things. We want to make money. We treat it as a business. We want it to become $1 million business. Yes, that's what we want. That is why we're very strict on what we do and how we do things. So I hope I've answered your questions. For those that have got questions, I'll try my level best to give as much information as possible. And a lot of people say, why are you giving it for free? Why are you making it difficult for us to make money? I say, guys, some of these things are just out there for people to learn. Yes, so if there is where I've missed, please feel free to drop a comment and, free to ask. A lot of you guys have got my WhatsApp number. I've shared it. Feel free to drop a WhatsApp or call me. I'll try my level best to attend to every call and to every question that I get, so people can learn so we can become better. Guys, Zimbabwe has got plenty of opportunities. That's one country with massive opportunities. And if we get it right on how we treat our projects, in this case, I'll say our businesses, we will succeed. We will succeed. I want to, give something to think about to those that are in the diaspora. You guys, you've got a chance a better opportunity to, make money to invest. If you treat your projects as a business, and if you run it as a business, no shortcuts, follow proper business principles, you succeed. That is how we are doing it. That is why we are making money. That is why our things are succeeding. It's not easy, but it's very much possible. So that's my message to you guys today. Treat your business or treat your projects as a business. Treat it as a business. Don't treat it as a hobby. Put proper systems in place. Manage every single thing that happens there. Know everything that happens there. You must know what your cattle eat. You must know what your chickens eat, what time they eat it. Demand that information from your people, but train them as well. Get them trained, get them ready. Get them ready, get them to know what they're doing. Be professional about everything. Be professional about your approach. That's how we do it on our side. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for watching today. I've come in with a different video. I hope to bring you more videos. We are busy, constructing different structures there at our homestead. We are going to there's a lot of people that have been coming in for training. Yes, a lot of people that have been coming for practical trainings. We are actually offering practical trainings for those that want to come and spend time at the homestead. We are going to have our first intern coming in this month of September. It's coming from Bindura University. We want more people to come in and learn. Want more people to come in and learn, how to do things and how we do things at our place. And so we're putting in structures for people to come in and be comfortable. So because we are passionate, guys, we're passionate about what we're doing, and we want to try and make a difference. We want to try and make a mark with what we're doing. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and continue to comment and continue to share this video to those that you think might benefit from our content and from what we're putting out there. Once again, I'm not out of content. I'm just out of what to say on this particular one. See you in the next one. Cheers for now.